Hello there. Filet mignon coming to you from Surveillance Central of medium rare poetry. Let me paint the scene. Back in 2021, we'd had a couple of years of COVID shutdowns and there were all sorts of horrible things going on, lots of conspiracy theories to try and keep our minds off our woes. And this led to the fact that everybody was concerned that there were spies trying to infiltrate us. And there's nothing worse than being infiltrated. So Christmas was approaching, and therefore this led to the writing of this poem. So I present to you Christmas Spooks.
Christmas Spooks by Filet Mignon. Christmas Eve, and would you know, I found an obese chap, well and truly wedged within my backdoor pussy flap. I didn't try to free this uninvited penetrator. For all I knew, he may have been a wicked perpetrator. While stuck in prone position, I went at it like a rocket. I frisked the hapless robber to inspect his every pocket. Amongst the lolly wrappers and a licence for a sleigh, I found a sanctioned paper from the R.S.P.C.A. The plot was getting murky. There was trouble here afoot. I cleared my thoughts, for up till now my brain was full of soot. The TV news had warned us that the world was full of spies, and surreptitious cameras were observing from the skies. Some foreign secret agencies were out to do us harm, and we should all be vigilant, alert, but not alarmed. Intelligence would surely paint this fatso as a spy, a fallen 007 who had one too many pies. It was my role as patriot to see to his arrest. A videoed entrapment to the judge I would attest. Then, as I strapped the cable ties around his pudgy wrists, my felon called out, "Ho, ho, ho!" Now that's a novel twist. I hauled the harnessed villain from the cat flap with a pop. His face had turned quite ruddy. It was time to call the cops. And then I heard a woeful sound that quivered through my spine. A bunch of crazy reindeer flew above my Choko Vine. Crash landing in a heap of hoofs, with ears and antlers flopped. It seemed they had been munching on a marijuana crop. I made a mental note to have a word with Sam next door, to drape some bird-proof netting to protect against outlaws. I noticed that this rabble was entangled in a harness. It must have been antennae which had now been rendered harmless. It dawned on me that I had captured Asia's spying ring. R.S.P.C.A. was falsified by Xi Jinping. I hastened to decipher what was in this secret code and why this master cluster had assaulted my abode. The R must stand for reindeer, a perfect place to start. The S would be surveillance, that would surely play a part. The P would be political, as all these countries do. The C must be for China, well now that could be a clue. The A would be Australia, that stretch would not be hard, considering they'd infiltrated here in my backyard. I bundled up the miscreants and locked them in my shed, with dreams of hero medals swirling clockwise in my head. I didn't turn the lights on, keep them dark, I did suppose, although a glow was emanating from a reindeer's nose. I phoned the local cop shop and the TV news as well, and boy would they pay plenty for the story I would tell. In double time my yard was filled with fearsome flashing lights. The SWAT team had their weapons drawn in case there was a fight. By lying flat, they crawled along, they couldn't get much lower. I hope that they were cautious and respected my new mower. With one great yell, they crashed the door and flooded in with light. The occupants were startled, and with that they took to flight. The reindeer had been harnessed to a new electric sleigh. With Santa in the hot seat, they made good their getaway. Embarrassed at this turn-up, the assemblage turned to me. To be aroused on Christmas Eve, they weren't amused, you see. I made the news that Christmas, but I guess for the wrong reasons. I'd managed to disrupt the suburb's joyous festive season. The courtroom was awash with disapproving kinds of banter, the finger firmly pointed at the bloke who handcuffed Santa. Was that to be the end of it? Was this conspiracy? While in my cell, it dawned on me, the spies were running free. I took my smuggled pencil and a sheet of toilet paper, embarking to unlock the code on this, the Santa caper.
So that is what can happen when you are completely batty with conspiracy theories. Anyway, hope you like the poem. Bit of fun. Please like, share and subscribe and press the notification bell, and I look forward to seeing you next time in a spook-free poem presentation. Until then, bye-bye for now.